should be seeing Bill walking on a stage and should have some sound, hopefully, if it's working right. Test, test, 1, 2. Do we have sound now? You can see, can she hear? Can you hear me talking about some yummy food? No. Test. Test, 1, 2. Sweet. Does the other sound come back? Not very loud. Okay. I don't know how that one would be. Sound, 1, 2. Will we have to, does that help her with sound if I go to there or not? So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, I just turned that master one up on that. Unless I turn myself up over here. Does that do anything? Test, test, 1, 2. Well, so she says she has sound on her laptop. Why not? Test, test, 1, 2. Hello, hello. You got sound on the TV, Jeff? Not like super loud, but can you? Okay. Well, we did switch that, and then there's that ground lift that's right there. So let me go see what's sounding like on the TV here. Hello, hello. Hey, little children. Test, test, 1, 2. Turn that off. Thank you. Hello, hello. Hey, little children. Test, test, 1, 2. Hello, hello. I know. But see, then the sound is a little bit different when you're just
muffled, but I don't see any difference between that switch position.
no. But so if we go back to the other side, then it's not quite as muffled. Is that right? Test, test, 1, 2. Test, test, test. Do we need to flip that one back the other way? We were just trying. Jeff wanted to see if that made any difference or not. So, but that gives you a lot of speaker sound up here. But I don't know what that's going to be like on there. But this week we're going to be talking about 1 John chapter 2. Once again, we're talking about the command of love. Because that's how I would normally be preaching. That was... All right. Well, today we're going to be talking about the book of 1 John. And we are going to be dealing with the command to love. Do what? We're going to be talking about the command to love as he continues on in his illustration of what a true Christian looks like and acts like. And so today we're going to be looking at verses 7 through 11. Do what? And we're going to be looking at verses 7 through 11. So go ahead and open your Bibles and follow along. And if you don't have a Bible, you'll find it on page whatever in the Bible. So what you say? it good or? Okay. Onto that one thing there. So here I am testing out this beautifulness again, and we're going to go ahead and read some passage here to see if Mr. Jeffers can hear me in the back there. And we're going to be talking in 1 John is where we're going to be once again. We'll go ahead and read these verses that says, "Dear friends, I am not writing you a new command." Do what? So, "Dear friends, I am not writing you a new command, but an old one, which you have had since the beginning. This command is the new command that you have heard. I am writing to you a new command. Its truth is seen in him and in you, because the darkness is passing and the true light is already shining." Test, test, 1, 2. "Anyone who claims to be in the light but hates his brother or sister is still in the darkness. Anyone who loves his brother and sister lives in the light, and there is nothing in them to make them stumble. But anyone who hates a brother or sister is in the darkness and walks around in the darkness. They do not know where they are going, because the darkness has blinded them." Test, test, 1, 2. Did that come through? What's maxed out? So, we're all good, all good. Next week we'll be on "I am writing to you, dear children, because your sins have been forgiven on account of his name. I am writing to you, fathers, because you know him who is from the beginning. I am writing to you, young men, because you have overcome the evil one." Test, test, 1, 2. So what are we doing here? We're maxing out the... Okay.
On if we have to, we can turn it.
Because we're maxing out the... Okay. Yeah, we're still live.
In just a second, that will come through here.
Because I think we got like a 7-second delay or something. It's 10 or something. Anyway. Okay.
I think the sound in the room is overall. There's always been a hum that's not there right now.
We tried that once. Well, we can, there's no volume.
It was low volume. You can flip that again and we can test it to see if it makes any difference. Because that was what Jeff and I came out and flipped the one time, but the volume was so low that you couldn't hear to see whether or not it made a difference or not. So, but, and then the monitors aren't on either. And I don't know if that's going to make a difference or not, because that was on. And then that used to be up about there. Well, and I turned the... Okay, but I just turned the monitor on too. Okay, well, the monitor's on, and so we can see if there's a hum in there, because that way, if needs be, I turn it off every week and then have to remember to turn it back on. Okay, so, but now if I turn this back off, so now you can test it because I just turned off. Okay. So we'll see if Jeff says it makes any difference with me turning the amp off or the monitors off. All right, now I'm going to turn on the guitar amp, and we'll test the guitar amp to see if that makes any difference. Hello, hello. Lizzie. You got a buzz? Okay, so if we turn that back off, though, the buzz goes away, right, Mr. Jeffers? There's a buzz in the...
Now there's not. Well, while you're talking, there's not.
Yeah, that's what we were having a problem with the time before. Okay, so now it's back to when I'm not talking, it grows. So what do we do different? That was on, that's off. This was on, but this is off. And so now I think if I stop talking back there, you can hear it on the TV. It really grows like it did that one other time. Why? So, but it's not that bad in the computer over here, is it? And we backed that down a bit then, right? So I don't get why it's back to growing the noise. So, just out of curiosity then, if we less but still there, what if I kick on the guitar amp again now? Does it go away, or does it just stay the same and grow? It grows, okay. Does it still do it now? Still? Okay. And with this back off, I'm hoping that it would just quit, but what is there? What is there that's causing it to build up? Hannah, you know what she's going to tell me? She's going to tell me, Pastor Brandon, it's kind of like youth group. When you tell us we have to read, you got to do it in one breath. And she'll say, there you go. So, okay. Let me go back here in the nursery and see if the TV says the same thing.
You gotta be quiet every once in a while so you can see if it grows.
Let me go back here in the nursery and see if the TV says the same thing. But feedback from what? That would be the...
So, if he's talking though, is there a buzz?
No, when I'm talking, there is no buzz.
It's just when he pauses and it grows.
And before there was always a buzz, and then it got worse.
And see, I have the monitor off. And so now, do we still have the same growing thing?
Be quiet and I'll find out.
The way that the ground is, I think when you switch it, don't you think ground lift would be?
Yeah.
So it takes like about 7 seconds.
Yeah, about 10 seconds.
Right, but he's not talking.
And it's super loud, but when I start talking, then it goes down, right?
No, Stacy was texting too. And I can kind of hear it on the computer.
Yeah, you can hear it just a slight bit.
Where's this?
The HDMI is what runs up to here.
What if we try stopping it to start?
Well, try it. But maybe...
Because there, when we first turned it on, when it was just you, it seemed to be clear what everyone was saying.
Okay, just start it again.
All right. Test number 3 going on here to see if the lights is dimmed, make the hum go away.
Sounded clear here.
Gone now, but she just restored it.
But see, you can hear, once you kick those lights on, you can hear the hum. So, your dude at the music. The dude at your... Okay, so your dude at the music shop. Hey, I got it, Bill. I'll just put a candle up there and preach.
Less static, more. Once lights come on, it's more.
So the guy at the music place asked me if those lights are tied in with the booth. Like if we turn the power off to the booth, do we have power to these lights?
See, this was supposed to have its own power. Whether that happened, I don't know.
And that was
Probably not. If that's
because see the guy at the so it's the lights. All right. So unhook all this, put it back the way it was. All right. I will talk for just a little bit until you get in there so that you can see the quietness.
Don't forget about this light. See, the lights are still on.
So I think the box helps anyway.
Now throw the lights off.
Okay, let me plug it back in. Let me plug this box back in.
And now it's gone. So
Stacy says better.
what about now?
You could hear it click in.
So it's a little bit there, but not nearly as much as it was with the lights on. And the box on.
Okay.
And that's with the ground lift on, right?
Now it's to the point though where Brandon was talking and he paused for a moment when you drove quite so loud. That you wouldn't even notice what I was saying.
Okay, but now if we flip this the opposite way on this box, what does that do as far as in the silent? Well, let's do it with the lights on. We can do it with the lights on first, and then I'll turn the lights off. Well, let's do it with the lights on. We can do it with the lights on first, and then I'll turn the lights off. The lights are off in the sanctuary, so how does that work out now? The lights are off in the sanctuary, so how does that work out now? What about if the lights, well, but then that defeats the purpose of that, because we won't be able to see the stage if the lights are on half power, right? Okay. I think Jeff just said it was better when it was off. Oh, well, I can take care of the echo. That's down here.
Jeff, do you think instead of coming out here, can we just come out here?
If you try it, I would think that this would be the output.
This is the echo, but can you still hear me?
To stay off on the
I think this one's probably just.
Test, test, 1, 2. But I don't see the other. I guess it's right there. That one should stay muted, I believe. Does that help the feedback, Sarah?
I think the echo's gone.
But it's not growing there as much either, right?
It's still there.
Where's the soundboard come from? From the other one?
You run an extension cord to the soundboard and you plug it into a different circuit to see if it.
Is it plugged in before that filter?
No, it's plugged
It's into the filter. You don't have to do anything to make the filter on that work. I think it's just on the zoom on it.
Yeah.
So that filter's not enough.
And I know that it's growing back there right now, but if we flip that back to lift the ground. Can you look at the TV again? I flipped this to ground again.
Well, the longer the cords, the worse the sound's going to be.
Okay, well, how far are we wanting to try to go to with plug it?
Oh,
your music guy said something about plugging in, right?
It's bad.
I would try Canada. Soundboard's plugged into the same port up there, if it still affects with the lights.
Well, I mean, we could just plug it in direct to the wall.
We could try it.
Because
I
it's,
don't know.
Jeff said this has a filter on it.
I would try a couple different things and see if anything else.
The lights are on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because if we turn the lights off, it goes away, right?
Right.
Even now?
I think we're on the same circuit as the lights.
I wouldn't think it's right.
It wasn't supposed to be. This was supposed to have its own power. When they, whether that happened or not. But yeah, so plug in.
The only plug-in that we have that's new is way up there. Other than what's here. But see, do what? Yeah. Did the lights go off? Because he's got two different ones listed as lights down there for sanctuary, which So we know it's not, because it's way louder now. But that's the light. Well, and that's what Greg had said something about the bionic eye. If I go just these lights, see, we don't have that. But it does grow. Well, it grows when I stop talking. No. Oh. Yeah, I can still hear it on the TV. See, and it's growing a little bit with when I stop on the TV, it grows. Okay, but are we plugged back into the other outlet, or are we still on the extension cord? Well, what about now? Now, Greg did say something about, and I think this guy also did, about in the breaker box having the lights right next to the, and see, our panel for this, I'm guessing, is just right above where he has the breakers for the lights. And so I don't know, someone had says about possibly being too close to one another and how that needed to be, way.
I don't know anything about that. Wood is, because this plug in here goes to this other strip, and then this one's plugged into that strip. Would it make a difference if this is just plugged in?
Well, the other one has all of the,
has Brandon's lapel mic and orange mic out here. And then we have the, what's this extension cord here?
The white one, nothing. It was when we had the Christmas lights up here. Because the way it is right now with the lights off and that, at least the hum's not growing.
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
It just stays decent, like, you know, you're online and no one's talking and you just get the beautiful air.